So the next question on day 4 of the video visibility vibe game is tell us about someone you like and why. And this is really difficult for me. I like loads of people. I like famous people that I've never met. I like people that I randomly meet on the streets, especially in London. I like people that I strike a conversation with that I've never met before. I love speaking to strangers on long flights if I'm travelling alone and finding out all this stuff about their life and where they're at, even though you never see them again. I love people. But for this one example, I'm going to talk about my nephew. My nephew is called Charlie. Although he's now 13, when I first think about Charlie, I remember the day when he was like 1 day old. And my sister handed him over to me to hold him. And this tiny little thing that from head to feet would literally fit between my elbow and my wrist was dozing quite peacefully, cocked one eye open, looked up, scanned me, and closed the eye, as if to say, I'm checking you out. You're not my mum. I think you're all right. Yeah, you're good. And I remember seeing this and thinking, oh my gosh, and saying to my sister, did you just see that? It was a little bit cheeky, which should have been the sign of things to come. Because Charlie, or Cheeky Charlie as he should be called, was the most entertaining baby, was the most entertaining toddler, and even from a very young age of a few months old, had a sense of humour that most adults would long for. He would do things as a baby before he could even walk, like hide a fork in your shoe so that when you put your shoe on, he'd wait for your reaction to see what you did, and he'd start giggling in a way that only babies can really giggle and make you laugh. He would crawl along the floor and find a lot of pleasure in switching things off. One time I remember he did this and it plunged the whole room into darkness, and all you could hear was this little baby cackle in the side. Then as he got older and started to speak, he used to entertain his mum, his auntie, his grandma, his uncles with his knowledge. The knowledge that a 3 or 4-year-old has, where they can tell you everything as it should be in the world and actually you quite believe them. I remember at 4 years old, he did this really funny thing. He had one of those Einstein masks and he dressed up in a pair of brown trousers and a shirt and a cardigan and a stick, and he proclaimed that his name was Dave. He wasn't called Charlie, he was called Dave. When I asked him why, he said, because that's an old man's name. Sorry if your name's Dave. But for 4 years old, he thought that was an old man's name. And he proceeded to be in character for most of the day, even answering the door to Grandma and telling Grandma that Charlie wasn't at home, but Dave was. And Dave would help her to find a seat and get her a drink. It was so cute. Over the years, as Charlie's got older, he's entertained me and I've entertained him. In fact, as he got a bit older, I've never told anyone this before, but we both drove through the streets of Cambridge, him loaded with a big water pistol on a hot day, with instructions that he could shoot a little bit of water at unsuspecting passers-by, but as long as he didn't soak them, and as long as he didn't do it if they looked angry. So he sat in the back of the car with the windows open, and I drove down round the streets of Cambridge, which has got a lot of bicycles, Cambridge in the UK, while we had fun watching people riding bikes, walking down the street, looking around and going, where did that come from? We howled with laughter, and it was really funny until we went to pick his mum up, by which time Charlie forgot the rules and absolutely drenched her with water, which was not what we were supposed to be doing. His mummy did not find it very funny. We did. So Charlie's now a teenager, he's now 13 years old, and one of the things that impresses me even more so about Charlie is he's really artistic, really creative and really clever. He plays football, he plays lots of sports, he's still got that cheeky sense of humour, and he's got his own YouTube channel, which I have to say has over 600 subscribers. And the whole point of me telling you about this particular person that I love is because I asked him how he got so many subscribers, and I think this nugget from a 13-year-old with his own YouTube channel can serve just as well for me as it can for you. He said, Auntie Jen, all you got to do is ask. That's it. So I'm asking you that if you are watching this on YouTube, just click subscribe. Charlie says, click subscribe. That's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this video and hearing about my nephew Charlie. Until the next video, bye-bye.